All right, good evening, everybody. This is Walking Roscoe. That's what we're doing today. Had a wonderful steak dinner tonight. Did some grilling. And just wonderful food. Oh, here we go. And anyway, not off to a fast start with this video, but that's all right. I do this because, well, I walk the dog, and during these tough times, this, whatever they want to call it nowadays, pandemic, it's fine. Just keep going about your business. I guess wash your hands. You don't have to hear that from me. I'm not giving any advice. Although, I had a few videos pop up. One from Gordon Ramsay. I watched Gordon Ramsay a couple times, and YouTube said, "Oh, he must like him. Let's throw videos there." And I like Gordon Ramsay. It's pretty good shows that he has on. But anyway, then another video. I don't remember who it was from, but it was about a 40-second video on how to properly wash your hands. And so I guess with kids, that's a good thing. In case the parents are too busy freaking out about this pandemic, so they can learn on YouTube. Nonetheless, walking around the neighborhood. It's a gorgeous little evening. It's nice and a little cool. Overcast. Let's take a look at the cloud coverage here, folks. We've got some nice cloud coverage here. It's overcast. It's probably about 67 degrees, clear, all that good stuff. And later tonight, we'll go ahead and play some jazz here on your station for smooth hits. Walking Roscoe. Well, what do we do? What do you do? Well, I haven't touched Netflix. I haven't touched Amazon. I haven't really watched anything except for some movie clips on the YouTube. For some reason, I was on a Godfather kick there for a minute and watched Godfather Part 3, which it was an okay movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it has its criticisms. I'm not breaking any new ground here. Sofia Coppola was probably the train wreck that shouldn't have been in there. But that was a long time ago. It was over 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Anyway, you're not watching this channel or listening to it to hear some wonderful criticisms of a movie from a long time ago. Don't know what you're watching for, but if there's something that hits your mind, well, I just walk Roscoe and talk about life today, as I've got one day today, and that's all I'm living with is one day, one 24-hour set time. Get up in the morning. If I don't injure myself getting out of bed, get to one knee or two knees and pray. At least for the moment, give a heartfelt prayer to give this day up to my Creator. And then probably 5 seconds later, 5 minutes later, for some reason, the mind immediately starts being concerned with things here on earth. And that's all right. But continuing to keep in mind that I'm not in control, and I have zero control over things, people, places, and things, any more than I have control over this dog, which is rather easy, of course. I need to have a leash, and he's okay. He's very obedient with hand signs, even though our little guy is deaf. He was born deaf, and it's a recessive gene, I guess, with French bulldogs, with the fur, the color. What are you doing over there, buddy? I'm talking to him as if he can hear me, but he likes to pretend that he can hear, so he'll start barking at the front door like somebody's there. But what do animals bark at when they're deaf? They feel the ground move. They feel something. So whenever we come home from shopping or eating, we'll come home and I'll open the door and kind of lightly tap my feet. When he's sleeping, he'll wake up, he hears or he feels that, wakes up and goes, oh, hey, family's back. And of course animals, like our dog here, have no sense of time. So it could be 5 minutes I'm gone or 5 hours. Same reaction, he's glad that I'm home. Wow, you really needed to sniff all that out just to tinkle, huh? Okay. It's all right. So again, what do? Take a walk, enjoy the day that you can. I know some places, from what I hear, if you're walking or driving without a purpose, you can be fined. You can get a ticket, and even you can be given fees of upwards to 2,500 euro, which I think is just utter nonsense. Because if anybody pulls you over and you tell them, hey, I'm shopping, what are they going to do? They're not pulling people over. I guess a lot of this is just what the media is going to talk about. Well, Germany, there's a problem there. They're being Stasi-like, which the Eastern Germans, spy rings and everything, Stasi. So neighbors were ratting on neighbors, and family members were being ratted on, and all that stuff. Come on, little guy. He sees another dog. He sees another dog. What was that? I've never heard an animal make that kind of noise before. Just another friendly little dog there. Little shits. Uh-oh, come on. Talk. Hey, you're on camera. Anyway, so Eastern Germany, Stasi. So I guess the American one, at least media outlet, reported that Germany, I guess through the German media, would have folks believe that they should report on their neighbors if there's two or more, or if there's three or more, basically, in a group, not keeping a distance. So they get reported, even if you're walking around the neighborhood. And I think that's garbage. I think that's crap. I don't know about the news reports. I haven't heard anything that Germany is on a lockdown. You can't leave your house unless you have a purpose. That's nonsense. If I wanted to go take a walk, and it's just ridiculous. It goes to ridiculous levels. Just misinformation or lies is a great word for misinformation. All right, let's check it out. Anyway, so, and of course Europeans scare easily. They're afraid of a ticket, or they're afraid of a fine, so they're rather obedient. Not all Europeans, obviously. But some other countries, maybe like Romania, are being fined up to the equivalent of 700 euros when the mean average income per month is around 300 euros. From what I understand, what I read, I don't know. Well, that's life in Europe, though, I guess. But I'm not a European. I'm not saying that it doesn't apply to me, and I'm not saying that I don't respect the rules and regulations here, or the speed limits. Very responsible guest in Germany, I guess you can say. We've been here for a while, at least since the early 1900s. There's no garbage can here. I can't throw that away. Whatever. Are we guests? I guess a piece of paper says we are, since we've been in Germany, like I said, and since the early 1900s. So did we really leave? I don't know. So how can somebody be a guest when He came in. It's like somebody breaking. And again, I'm not getting. I don't know what the analogy would be. Somebody breaks into your house, takes control, but a couple people stay, and all of a sudden you say, "Oh, well, they're guests." It's the world we live in, I guess. But it had to be done. I'm taking a page from Norm Macdonald. Credit where credit's due. Talked about Germany and how they went to war with the world twice. And you'd think that World War II, it would have been over pretty quickly, and no, it was actually close. All right. Well, I guess that's enough jibba jabba from this video anyway. I'm going to keep it around 10 minutes, and while watching Roscoe pee. Yep, scrape it up, scrape it up, scrape it up. Good job. All right. Myself and Roscoe say have a good evening. And like, subscribe, comment. Feel free to talk about anything, write about anything. Well, not talk, but write about anything. If you've got any ideas for what you'd like to bring out for me to discuss or give my say on it, for what it's worth. I'm just one human being, but in this age of tractor. Oh, what are you going to do to that tractor, boy? Come on. Anyway, what was I going to say about a minute ago? I was going to say, hey, have a great evening. Anyway. All right, Roscoe. Hey. Come on, take a look. Take a look. Woo. Have a great evening, everybody. And like I said, feel free to write anything down, subscribe, and enjoy. And if you're having trouble sleeping, just put this on for background noise. I'm sure you'll fall asleep eventually. Good night.